Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Well. What an absolutely awful night. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on YouTube, also on the ESPN New York app. I was sitting with friends. Bart was sitting with his own friends, and he was sitting over at SNY waiting to go on postgame to break down whatever the hell that was. Good morning.
Good morning, brother. I'm coming to you soon, man. You reflect on how many years you've been going through this, and I think if I can represent, now you see why I was nervous, right? Yeah. I was nervous because they always seem to find a way to get in their own foot. Now, I'm not going to use the quote that has been everywhere with dealing with Breece Hall in light of what's going on in society. But to kind of surmise it, basically saying that they're their own worst enemy. And for everything that Glenn tries to tell us, which, listen, I'm a fan of Glenn, but I can't judge what you say. I have to judge what you do. And the fact that your team continues to make these mind-boggling mistakes. Now, yesterday you told us that, this isn't the same old Jets. But if I told you 2020, 2019, 2015, if I said, hey, the Jets had 3 turnovers, fumbled going in, fumbled coming out of the half, and they had 13 penalties, what would anybody say that's been a Jet fan or a Jet hater? They would say, sounds about right.
Yeah.
So if this isn't the same old Jets, why do they walk and talk like the same Jets? So you have to understand, you have to be sensitive here of what the people have seen. You can say that it's incremental changes that's happening behind the scenes, but you can't verbalize that out loud. And right now, the bar, and we talked about this on the show, was set really low. Nobody said that Glenn had to come in. They had to light the world on fire. They had to win, and they had to be able to go to the playoffs. And, they won 7 games, so it should be 10. They should be pushing for the playoffs. Nobody said that. They just said simply, don't embarrass us and don't make us a national joke. And 4 weeks in, we've been everything and then some. We've shown a lack of discipline, a lack of coaching, a lack of awareness, and a lack of execution. So he has to wear that. Like Bill Parcells used to say, you are what you put on film. And what the Jets have put on film hasn't been good enough or professional enough. And I think it starts with the quarterback. The quarterback in the operation doesn't work. Every game and every play can't be some great off-schedule play. It can't be some miraculous look at the individual effort of Justin Fields making everybody miss spectacular play on 4th down, because the spectacular isn't something that you can schedule. Ray Lewis, Jonathan Ogden used to tell me something all the time. Greatness is measured by doing the routine things easily. And the Jets don't do anything routinely. And when you look at the final score, the final stats, and all that stuff, you see a team that is going to look like he threw for 266 yards. Mm-hmm. A lot of that is the old Trevor Lawrence garbage time. Yep. When you get garbage yardage and compile stuff when teams are bend, don't break. Miami lost their best player yesterday, and the Jets couldn't capitalize on it. Miami gave them opportunities to get to Tua. They couldn't capitalize on it. They let Darren Waller come from the worst album ever to become a star because they couldn't figure out a way, especially after Tyreek Hill got hurt, how to take away something. I don't know what to say. It's week 4, and all the optimism that we had is out the window. All the good favor that they got from Tampa Bay and all the good favor that they got from Justin Fields from Pittsburgh suggests that maybe, just maybe, they were playing down to the level of their competition.
I can't believe I'm using this word. I'm stunned. I am stunned that this is what it is. I am stunned that it looks this bad again. I am stunned that this coach who said in the offseason, we're going to move in silence. We're not going to talk at all. But then when we do get to camp and we start talking, we talk about how the penalties are going to get cleaned up all over the place. And I'm watching this, and I'm seeing pre-snap penalties all over the place. I'm seeing 13 penalties called and enforced against you, let alone the ones that weren't enforced. I'm seeing a team that is the worst team in the NFL right now. That's what this is.
Definitely bottom 29. I mean, I think the Panthers, and they'll have an opportunity to play the Panthers, and the Saints.
Panthers beat a team 30-0 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. So
I can't call them the worst.
Yeah.
I can't.
So maybe
the Saints are right there, but I never once thought for a second we would be talking about the Jets in that conversation this year with the talent that is supposedly on this team, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe the talent isn't there. The coaching has not been there so far. He can rip the team apart if he wants to afterward. That's fine. Whatever it is, they're not listening. It's not getting through, and you can't cut everybody on the team.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do things like call a fair catch at the 3-yard line. It's such a basic thing, and yet that was so emblematic of everything that has gone wrong with them.
But the crazy thing is, didn't we fire a guy, cut a guy because he fumbled the ball?
Yeah.
For you to bring
the guy who fumbled the ball.
For you can bring in your guy. Not only did he fumble the ball, he lost the ball, and he caught a fair catch on the 2-yard line. When you're supposed to the rule is, put your heels at 10 and stay.
Yeah. Don't move.
Right after.
He had the fair catch, and then he backpedaled.
Right after going into halftime saying, we got some things we need to fix, but at the end of the day, it is 10-3 or whatever the score was. And to come out and fumble the kickoff right after we had that speech, and I'm sure everybody was talking about what they're going to do and how we're going to come back, is a microcosm of just what it's been to be a Jets fan. It's embarrassing. I mean, Cincinnati was actually the better competitor, and they got blew out.
Yeah.
And it's
Cincinnati
crazy part about watching
penalties in a quarter last night, and they were the better team.
And watching Cincinnati game, what really stuck out to me is, oh crap, the Jets got to play them in 2 weeks. They got to play the Denver Broncos in 2 weeks. That outfit. Oh wow.
Bart, I don't know how you're in that locker room today or whenever it is that you have to show up because you got a shorter week, and you could look anybody in the face. If you played a role in that, and if you were on the field last night, you played a role in that. How do you look anybody in the face? How do you collect your paycheck in good conscience today? I know physically you take a beating, and that's fine, but like, where is even the idea? It's not about doing everything that you could do. It's about doing anything that you could do. And they were not doing anything at all last night. And what really blows me away is that I thought that team was the worst team in football.
Yes.
I thought that the team on the other side.
And thought they had quit. And what I tell you about how they treat this game. They treat this game like their individual Super Bowl. And you see the film and the old tapes of Glenn, and he's talking about renewing the rivalry because he had some big moments and the things that happened, and just never materialized. And it's like, I just feel bad. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm from Detroit, and I'm a Jets fan. But at the end of the day, I wasn't born into Jet fandom, right? I became a part of this rivalry and a part of this franchise and a part of the culture. But man, from the outside in, being a Lions fan, I know that Jet fans are saying, when is it ever going to end?
Yeah. Because
you saw an end to it with the Lions. And whether Jared Goff plays for 5 years, 10 more years, you believe that they won't be a joke. Or they won't be somebody that forces you to basically have an ulcer. I don't even know how y'all – man, like, I wish I could have tuned in. But, man, that looks like I couldn't imagine, especially for Rick and Dave.
Yeah.
Like, they stayed up for that.
I legit looked at Rick at one point, and he was taking a lot of notes on the game, and I was legitimately worried about him. Like, are you this upset about the game, or is something else going on? Is everything okay? And I joked around with them on the air about it this morning, but I was like, what's up with you? Because Rick is an ebullient, outgoing guy who's going to have fun with everybody, and at the beginning of the game, he was joking around, and then as the game went on, like, he just wanted no part of it. And I understand to sit there and watch that and to be a fan, like, at least I'm not emotionally invested. I get annoyed watching the Jets play that poorly because I want the Jets to be good.
Because that affects us. It's no different than the Knicks last year. Yes. And we haven't had a good for business Jets season
in 15 years. In 15 years, other than the year that Todd Bowles won 10 games and they didn't go to the playoffs, in 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't want to, I'm sure we have sound. I'm sure we have things from Sauce speaking about the refs. And what Sauce has to realize is his first year in the league, he got away with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And he has to understand that that's not his line, right? Like, he has to make the plays. And, listen, everybody gets the ball called on him. It's not an issue. And I understand that the frustration that he has because he feels like he's getting called for ticky-tack stuff. I think the penalty on Garrett was a joke.
Oh, my God,
but
horrible.
I thought that, see, when you're a bad team, you don't get the good calls. So throwing Justin Fields out. Titman getting his helmet ripped off at the same time that another penalty is getting called, but that penalty doesn't get called. Rucker getting hit in the back of the helmet like 2 plays too late. It's always going to be that. But you can't have that woe is me mentality. You have to have that get pissed off and make them pay and talk about it after the fact. It's the mentality. It's the mindset. Because until you change the perception of your brand, it's just natural. Because referees are human too. So if they see the team that's known for getting penalties every week, then they're going to be looking for penalties every week. That's only until you become a team that performs at a high level that you don't get those type of things. And you have to realize that comes with the territory. That's the maturity. And I feel so bad for Garrett Wilson because it's almost criminal. We talk about the Mets and how it was criminal how they believed in the passing game. They believed in the Mets believed in the pitching staff and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, the Jets went in and they told us that Allen Lazard, Reynolds, the young kid that they drafted in the 3rd round, that was enough to put around Garrett Wilson, and it is criminal. Like the fact that he gets the production that he gets. Nobody in show business works harder. He's the James Brown of receivers. This dude has to work so hard to get opportunities. And Justin Fields is so delayed. It's like a delay in his processing. He has to see it open. And you've witnessed this as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan because you saw it last year. That's why they went with Russell Wilson, because you can't have an effective offense without rhythm and timing. The rhythm and time – listen, that offensive line – maybe the best offensive line or top 5 in all of football. But when your quarterback holds the ball longer than any other quarterback in the league, that's what happens. Penalties because the ball is supposed to be gone. How long do you expect him to be able to block, especially if they're blitzing? He's holding on to the ball, and then what makes it worse, he retreats backwards and then tries to circle the defense. When you're supposed to step up in the pocket and escape that way. You can't circle the defense. Lamar Jackson's getting in trouble with that because teams are starting to play him that way with the spy and rush him, and the same thing. He had the arm free. Somebody smacks the ball right out of his hand. He has to check himself, man.
It's as bad as can be watching him play because he's standing there in the pocket, and Bart, I legitimately can see the thoughts going through his head.
Yes. It's like you see him hard thinking.
Yes. Like left, right, center,
but
left, right, center, nothing. Go, right. It's not there.
But as a coach, if you know you have a player like that, Why aren't you doing boots and throwbacks? That's what Tua's doing. Read half the field. Get him on the sprint out. Do things like that. Like, if that's the case, or put him in the Jackson Dart type of offense. RPOs and stuff like that. Simple throws. Like, I didn't see the game plan that I wanted if your quarterback isn't a traditional drop back passer.
Yeah, they can run the ball. That's great. That's great.
Yeah,
if
but
you
get behind the sticks.
Matter.
You get behind or you get behind the sticks, game plan over.
Yeah,
like they ran the ball 8-9 times
their
first
best
drive.
offensive play is a play that's not remotely planned and is just, if we're being honest, complete luck. Complete luck that happened on that fourth down play. We do have to hear some from Aaron Glenn. I got in the car last night to go home, and I flipped on the press conference, and for whatever reason, I couldn't get it. So this is the first time that I'm going to hear some of it. And I don't know how he's here to explain any of this away. But the first one I want to hear is that he can't win games with that many penalties and turnovers.
I'm very disappointed. And there's no way you can win any game with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. It just can't happen. But what we have to do is go back to work. We have to go. That's the only way that we can fix them. Really take a look at these penalties, take a look at these turnovers, and make sure we understand that we have to understand before you can win games, you have to learn how not to lose games. And we have to do a better job in that case. And we will. We will. And again, the only way to do that is go back to work, and that's what we got to do.
After week 4, I can't hear we will. I can't hear that again. Because you're not. When you say we will, I'll say you're not. That's not what's happening. And so you've said that a few weeks in a row now, and all of it rings hollow. Yeah. There's none of it that I hear and I believe in what he is saying. And I think that's a much bigger issue for that locker room right now. Because, Bart, please speak to this for me, okay? So apparently he aired the team out right after the game. Okay.
Correct.
That's fine. And I wouldn't blame him for doing that. But when you get through the first 3 weeks, and we were talking so much with you, with Jason McCourty, with other players last week about how you need that proof of concept. You need the results. And this is the worst result that you've had so far?
Yeah.
Like you hit I can't even say you hit a bottom. You hit a bottom so far. I don't know if you can dig any deeper. Yeah. And that is what you come out with?
Everybody's cover 0 works. But Steve Wilks. Like the play, the sauce, everybody's cover 0 works. Everybody gets free runners on these blitzes. But us. You either coaching it or allowing it to happen. And like you said, I want to see what happens to Isaiah Williams because what he did was twice as bad.
Okay, so let's hear from him. He spoke about the play after the game.
We can't have that. You know what I'm saying? We got to be smarter. That's one thing we've been talking about this whole week, like not losing games. That's the type of play that lose games. You know what I'm saying? That's an 18-yard swing, you know what I'm saying, that I hurt the team on.
All right, so where's the disconnect then, Bart? If they're talking about it
so if you talked about it,
and you're not executing it, what's the problem?
That's my point. My point. I don't need to see it in practice. I need to see it in the game. And your decision process. Like, see, you don't have any children, right? So with my kids, sometimes they get mad at me because I nag them. Don't forget to do this. Make sure you do this. Hey, did you do this? I call them. I got it, Dad. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of communication are you having? At this point, nobody's beyond, like, reproach. Hey, kid, put your heels on 10. Don't back up. Like, I need to confirm and verify that before you go out there to do something like that, you know what is expected. Put your heels on 10. Don't back up. Like, you got to start treating them like children.
Yeah.
You have to remind them every play, every snap, in the head of the quarterback. Don't retreat backwards. Make sure you stay strong in the pocket. Go through your progressions. Throwing the ball away is a good thing. Like, these are the things. that you have to start saying to Justin Fields? And at what point, if Justin Fields puts a couple more of these performances together, do you say, you know what? Let's just go with Tyrod.
What's important to me then? You know, what's important to me then? You're right. Hey, listen, I would play
Because
Tyrod
it's clear.
right now.
Because it's clear. We talk about Jackson Dart and how important it is for us to get answers about Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we missed a week with Justin Fields, but the answers we're getting back post-first game aren't great. And it's hard to give him the benefit of the doubt because we've seen this year in and year out. You saw it last year with Pittsburgh. You saw it for 3.5 years, the 3 years with Chicago. At some point, when are you going to believe your eyes?
Yeah.
And I understand that we can make excuses and he doesn't have people that are open, but the operation just doesn't look. It's one thing for him to go back and do everything right and then guys don't catch it, but it doesn't feel like he has an awareness of where to go with the ball and make quick decisions. And the Jets are going to have to, by the time they get to their bye week at the end of October, if Justin Fields doesn't improve, one, you got to think about start selling off pieces. Because clearly some of the pieces that you have don't work.
Including Breece Hall.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the best thing that you can do.
It's a waste of Breece Hall right now.
Because the thing is, at this point, you're not going to offer him what you should offer him.
No.
Like, he got 14 touches. Like,
what are we?
This is your best player.
The man sat there next to us, the man being Aaron Glenn, at training camp, and you talked to him off the air, and it wasn't any big secret conversation that we're revealing here.
Yeah.
And you talked to him off the air, and you said you were really talking up Breece. And he said, and I quote, "We're going to unleash him this year. We're going to 14 touches is not unleashing."
Well, they unleashed him only to realize that he had a dog fence. He ain't on the leash, but
he gets zapped every time he runs 5 yards.
Yeah, it's a point he can't run past. It's like, I know you're off the leash and you're free technically, but we got this invisible fence right here for you. You go too close, 5 feet of that, you're gonna get zapped.
I want to hear some more from Aaron Glenn on how to keep the locker room together.
I think those guys know that this is a totally different deal as far as being woe is me. That you could always put yourself in position to win a game. And I thought we almost did it again today. There is hope in that, for the most part. We're just not doing the things we have to do to finish games. But I don't think we have those type of guys. I really don't. And I'm going to do everything I can in my power to make sure we don't have that. And I don't think we will. I really don't. Those guys know we got to go back to work. I know we have to go back to work. The coaches know we have to go back to work. And collectively as a group, man, we have to make sure we just block out all the outside noise and do the things we got to do to go win games.
Dallas hung 40 on Green Bay. 40.
Yeah. Bart, right now the Cowboys are only favored by 2.5. I would sprint to get that. Let's go. Let's put next week's paycheck on it.
They put 40. That offense can score with anybody. If this turns into, I don't care how bad you say their defense is, if this turns into Justin Fields, throw us out of this, because you go down 2 scores or 10 points early, and you can't run the football, man, that can get ugly at home. Before you get on a plane and travel to London.
And here's what you're not even considering. The amount of Jet fans that are going to sell the tickets. Because the Cowboy fans show up. The Cowboy fans show up. That will be a disaster in that building. That will be an absolute disaster in that building. If you are giving the Cowboy fans that building, which right now you are. Like, I hate to say it. I wanted to be very positive about Aaron Glenn, and I wanted to believe in all of this, and I didn't want to tell every Jet fan in this offseason who just said, we'll see, I'm optimistic. I'm like, listen, be optimistic. Feel better. You got a guy who at least understands you and know what the organization has been through and know what you've been about, and he wanted to be here, and he wanted this. And none of them are listening to him. None of them are listening to him. And that's on him, because he has to figure out how to get them to listen to him differently. But when I hear Isaiah Williams say that, we're talking about it all week, and then you still do it just among the most elementally easy things to do, and you still do it. How am I supposed to take the coach seriously?
We're not even talking about he fumbled. We talking about he gave the ball up in scoring
territory. Fumble's one thing. Like he fumbled to start the second half.
Right.
But I'm more enraged by backing up for a fair catch because I know this. What?
I can't think of one
in God's
unit.
name is happening.
Listen, maybe the offensive line, maybe. I can't think of one unit that's performed at a high level. I can't think of one thing that you can lean to.
How much more damning is it if the offensive line is performing at a high level, and this is still what you're getting from Justin Fields? Because Bart, in that processing thing, he's standing back there and he has time.
He holds the ball longer than anybody in football.
Yep.
So that's not on. If the Jets had Tua Tagovailoa, he wouldn't get sacked for the entire year because the ball's out. The process is fast.
Talking about Tua's concussions at all.
At all. you see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is when people watch the Jets, I don't think they realize that.
No, I don't think they do either.
We talk about Aaron Rodgers. The ball is out of his hands. How fast? 2.8 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Tua Tagovailoa, around the same. Justin Fields is in the threes, man. The threes.
I wish.
No. I don't think our listeners understand. When I say it's a second difference, imagine that when we run a 40-yard dash, we cover 40 yards in 4 seconds. If you take a second away, that's 10 yards. That's the difference in what it takes him to make a decision with the football. 10 yards. That means if my receiver has beaten the cornerback, by the time he recognizes it, they've covered them back up, or the help has helped them. So guys are not being thrown open with anticipation. Guys are coming out of their breaks and the ball isn't there on time with rhythm. The only ones that come out like that is shots. But the route combinations and the sit-downs, every once in a while he'll shoot one to Mason Taylor. But outside of that, the decision processing is a second longer than maybe he's 32nd probably. Maybe Russell Wilson's around there with him, and we know what happened to Russell Wilson.
When they show you who they are, believe them. And right now, I believe he's a bad quarterback. I believe he's barely a backup in the league.
It's one or two things. I mean, would you rather have Marcus Mariota right now?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Bart,
Mitchell Trubisky.
Would I rather have Russell Wilson right now?
That's not a lot.
Just think about last year for a second. He spun out of it. He made that play, and he went for a touchdown last night. That's great. I will again go back to point this out. There was a time where he went out there, and they won 4 out of 6 games last season, or 4 out of 5. And when Russell Wilson was healthy, he was back on the field because Mike Tomlin believed that he gave them the best chance to win. And even when they were struggling down the stretch of the season and scoring 15 points a game with Russell Wilson, he was still playing because coaches play the guy that they believe gives them the best chance to win. It's a pretty simple equation.
Yeah, it has to be such a different type of offense. And if you're not going to build your team around his strengths, like I said before, this should look like Lamar Jackson 2019. It should be the most complicated run game, shifts, motions, different personnels. And they tried. They came with the extra tight end, the extra lineman yesterday. Their skipper package. I'm sure they brought that up from their days in Detroit. But that only works if guys can get open, if the quarterback knows where to go with the football.
So we're here. Let's do this. 800-919-3776. We're going to spend a lot of time today on Yankees-Red Sox because we need some positivity, and we need to get fired up for a series that I am praying has some of the juice that it used to have, because Yankees-Red Sox in the postseason should be special. That should be special. And you know what's great? The 6 o'clock start. Oh, what an amazing little gift that is. Oh, my God. That's perfect. Anyway, we will get into plenty of that, but this is about the Jet fan next. And they are already loading up the lines, which are open for them at 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin just getting started, ESPN New York. And listen, you can watch the show now on YouTube on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Comment there. We'll get you in a mix.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Lots of slowdowns in Queens with a crash being reported on the southbound side of the Cross Island Parkway coming into Linden Boulevard. One lane is closed. Van Wyck extra slow south. Linden Boulevard down towards Rockaway Boulevard and north coming into Atlantic Avenue. Watch for delays up and down the BQE and the Major Deegan. A southbound crash slows you down from the Bruckner down to the RFK Triborough Bridge. Across the Hudson River coming into New York, the worst of it still the George Washington Bridge, as much as a 10 to 15 minute delay for the upper level. And we're still trying to recover on the New Jersey Turnpike on the southbound truck lanes and exit 13. That's where we've had a vehicle fire. A couple lanes to the right have been closed. Stay with the car lanes instead. I'm Matt Ward on 880 ESPN New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. I played sports my whole life, and my dad was my biggest fan. Because he lost his leg in a construction accident, it was sometimes tough for him to get from his car to the bleachers, but that didn't stop him. He always kept a folding chair in his trunk and would cheer from the parking lot when he had to. And over the past 35 years of building D'Agostino & Associates, I've made sure our team does whatever it takes to accommodate our clients and help them get every dollar they deserve. With my son and my daughter by my side, we're going to continue the legacy of getting justice for people just like you. The consultation is always free, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222, and ask for me, John D'Agostino. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, but we'll always make it easy for you to meet with one of our attorneys. Remember, I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law Bite back.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, one thing to keep in mind this Saturday, October 4th at Sports Illustrated Stadium, the New York Red Bulls are taking on FC Cincinnati with kickoff set for 7:30 p.m. Get your match day started early on the Boulevard at 4:30 p.m. Enjoy pregame activations, giveaways, live performances. Then at 5:45, catch the Red Bulls on the red carpet. Gates open 6 p.m., where the first 10,000 fans will get a reversible bucket hat. It's your chance to win a family 4-pack. You can enter now through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tile. Submit your entry. Do it. Bring the crew. Secure your seats at NewYorkRedBulls.com. Plan ahead. Travel smart. The Harrison Path Station is closed Saturday, October 4th. Free shuttles will run from Journal Square to the stadium. If you haven't been to a Red Bulls game, it is a tremendous experience. I have been out there. It is a lot of fun. It is Bart Carlin on 880 ESPN on the ESPN New York app. Bartholomew, let the fans have their wallowing moments. And if they're not in therapy, at least let this serve as that as we get started with Brian in Martinsville on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. Brian, what's up?
So, guys, it's September 30th, 2025, and I think the Jets have put me on the mat, and I'm not getting up. I can say I'm done with the Jets, and I'm starting to think I'm done with the NFL. It's just unenjoyable, and I mean it. Like I woke up this morning
for the sport.
Yes, and I have 2 points to that. And this is exactly the microcosm of all offseason I was told it was a QB generational draft, and the Jets were going to miss it because we'd be 8-9, the definition of mediocre. The second we look like an 0-17 team, all the QBs magically stink. That's one. The second thing is, I don't even know who I should be mad at anymore. Is it Woody Johnson? Is it Glenn? Is it Wilkes? Is it whoever? Insert A. All I know is Roberto is my ticket rep. He's going to call me in November to re-up, and I feel bad for him. I might call him today just to yell at him. I don't know anymore, and I can't take it. It was disheartening. I was depressed. I don't know. You help me off the ledge, Bart, because I am struggling.
I might have to just push you.
First of all, it's not Roberto's fault, okay? Don't call up and yell at Roberto.
He's just the one that sold you the tickets and sold you all the optimism that was going on and all the things that they had. It's just him.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job.
His job was to screw you, and he did no, just mess with you. Man, you got to laugh to treat people cry, man. This is tragic,
it's
bro.
It's true. And this is really one of those cases where you have to, because it is
three winless teams in the league, and you're one of them.
And I'm not even a Jet fan, but Bart, I legitimately threw the microphone twice last night. Could not believe the kind of mistakes that were being made. Couldn't believe it. Against the worst team in the league. And they're not the worst team in the league anymore.
You don't see like bad play like that in execution in college games. Like you see interception, totally different type of turnover. Do you see 3 fumbles lost in a game? Tell me the last time you was calling the Rutgers game and y'all lost 3 fumbles.
I can't remember.
3 fumbles, the same turnover.
It is the first thing that is emphasized every day.
Ball security, job security.
Yes. There and many other places they say the ball is the program. You know where they say it? Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's where they say it. Places like that. The ball is the program. That's all they're. God, and this was the guy that was brought in to replace the other guy who couldn't hold on to the football. And it was such an easy change for him to make. Look, I'm a tough guy. I'm gonna cut you if you make mistakes. How many guys can he cut? How many can he cut?
I'm wondering what's the decision because
Isaiah Williams has got to get cut, doesn't he?
He did twice as bad.
Yes.
What? And it's the thing.
Isaiah Williams has to be cut.
What
There's
value
no discussion.
What value does he have? He can't play receiver. At least Gibson can play some receiver a little bit. You can give him a gadget play. You can't even get his dude no offensive snaps.
No. There's well, if that doesn't happen, then that's just fraudulent and stupid. Like, there's no reason for that to not happen. How about Subi in Midtown up next on ESPN New York? Subi, what's up, baby?
Hey, so many things to be said, but one thing I can say with Aaron Glenn's defense is that Tua played a great quarterback game. He was doing the play-action passes pretty well. And what does Bart have to say about former players? That Aaron Glenn has to have his own players to have his defense set for next year or whatever the situation is that the current players aren't good enough for us.
I don't even know if no. This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna act like these guys didn't perform well and these aren't brand names, right? Just you can have brand names, but if you don't play them in the right way and put them in positions to do what they do, like you've seen guys play well, like Jonathan Vilma couldn't play in the 3-4 because he couldn't handle the guards. He went down to New Orleans and refound his career, but became a great player and stayed a great player. Like you have to adjust your scheme to what you have. We know you have one of the best interior defensive linemen out there. You have one of the best young pass rushers on the outside. You got a lockdown guy, the highest paid 2-time All-Pro cornerback on the outside, right? You got Jermaine Johnson is killing them, but Sherwood damn near led the team in the league in tackles and was the team MVP last year. So don't say you don't have enough good players. I can name you more good players on defense on the Jet side than I can for you on the Dolphin side.
Now, I don't think Aaron Glenn is doing this, but anybody that points to the team and says, well, these are not his guys, shut the hell up and get out of here.
Yeah.
Stop.
Harrison Phillips, his guy.
Stop.
Briggs, his guy.
And not only that.
Cisco, his guy.
They're not guys who are untalented. His guys, Brandon Stevens, his guy.
Yeah.
Awful. Cisco.
Even though he played better yesterday.
Not very good.
Right.
Stevens did play a little bit better yesterday, but so far?
The replacements were his draft picks.
800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. This is a bummer. This is a legit bummer.
Brownlee, his guy.
His guy. I don't want to hear that excuse. And it's not just because some of them are his guys. When you take over a team, they are your guys.
Correct.
They are your guys.
When Rex came over, was Sean Ellis his guy? Was Chris Jenkins his guy? Was Calvin Pace his guy? Was Brian Thomas his guy?
He figured out how to make them his guys pretty quickly.
Yeah, number one defense. Year one.
I really am bothered by that sentiment out there. And I don't think that Aaron Glenn feels this way. I don't think he's sitting there saying, well, what do you expect me to do? I don't have my guys. No, I don't think that's what this is. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. So what exactly can he do? And how much are you blaming Glenn versus blaming everybody else in all of this? And what is a complete blank show of a season so far? Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app and on YouTube.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work.
For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Why would we trade our best player?
Well, at least you got to watch him in person when he was here.
I named my only son after him.
So you'll always remember his name.
Yeah, but what do I do with this jersey?
Luckily, the company has a great return policy.
I wore it for 6 seasons.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The Jets are now 0-4 and had numerous costly penalties last night. Are we sure it's not the same old Jets?
I'm very disappointed. And there's no way you can win any game with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. It just can't happen.
And Jeff Nelson joins the show at 4 to preview Yankees-Red Sox Game 1. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel Inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
got to let them fly. So let's do that. Let's do that. You're a bunch of peacocks are going to let you fly. 800-919-3776. Bart Carlin, Jarrett, Brooklyn, next. ESPN, New York. Jarrett, what's going on, bud? How are you?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
We're good.
Yo, I've been a Jet fan for a long time. I've never seen a defense like that last night. We can't stop anything. Like, this is concerning, especially from the defense that we had last year. I don't understand what happened. You look at the way we've lost games this season, it's just terrible, bro. The simple mistakes. Last night, the kid fumbles in the red zone. We get down to the red zone after we put together a decent drive. Penalties back us back up to kick a super long field goal. I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Like, this is embarrassing.
And I think that's what it is. Like, it's the embarrassment, right?
Yeah.
Basically being the Washington Generals. You know,
that's pretty much what it is.
And you got to own it, man. I don't know how they come out of it. I mean, at some point.
Have you ever been at a point like this?
Never. I've never been hopeless. And I've never felt like the Cleveland Browns, right? Mm-hmm. I never felt like the early when I was playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. I never felt like the Oakland Raiders, where
when
you just
knew
felt
you're
like
looking at a group of players who were over there saying, "Get me out of here. How do I get over there?"
And the fact that you felt like everything had to go perfect, and the highlight of your season, would be upsetting somebody that slept on you, like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, well, we'll win 2 or 3 games because we'll get a fumble or somebody will make a great individual effort, like what Will McDonald did the week before. Like, we don't deserve to win, but we'll find a way to win because just the football guys bounce our way. I've never felt that way. You know what I mean? Where a team loses to you and they're like, man, I can't believe we lost to them scrubs. We was tripping. Like, I feel like that's how the Jets are perceived. They'll find a way to lose it. Don't worry. Just keep playing.
Well, it is how they're perceived. How about Marco in Charlotte, listening on the ESPN New York app? Marco, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Yeah, I'm shaped. I mean, it was so embarrassing. Honestly, if I was AG right now, I will fire Clemens, fire Williams, fire everybody. Get out of here. We have lost the season. We have lost the season.
Bart, there was the one moment last night. Hang on a second, Marco. Bart, there was the one moment last night where somebody went diving in on Tua late, and Clemens is standing over him. They throw the flag, and even Clemens says, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
threw his hands up like, "What are you doing?" It was
a young linebacker from Michigan.
Yes. Even Michael Clemens looks at him as like, throws his hands up like, "What are you thinking?"
Yep. It was like 3rd and 18, and he scrambled, and it was like first down.
Oh. Anyway, Marco, like I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had some sort of I can't sit. Do you know how many times I've said to the Jet fans over 30 years, keep the faith, hang in there. You're going to be okay. Hang in there. It'll happen. I bet them this year. I bet the over this year. I want to see if I can cash out right now. I don't think I can. I don't think there's any way they'd let me cash out.
Remember how optimistic we was just a week ago. Like, yes. Oh, this is the light part of the schedule.
There was no way I thought going into this game that they could lose this game.
And how did I look at you yesterday?
And you looked at me like I was an idiot. You looked at me like I was an idiot. Like, how can you honestly believe that? Because I'm just.
No, they'll win when they come up here. They'll win when they come up here. But they haven't won down there in 10 years.
But what's the total number of wins we're talking about now for the season?
I don't know. And I don't know if those wins come with Justin Fields because he's not a great decision maker. Like, everything is so – when it comes to passing the ball, everything feels and seems so hard. Seems so hard. That's why I told you. I was like, all week, what was I pushing? Oh, well, he had the concussion. Let's just wait. Let's get him there with Dallas, right? Because, Dallas defense, believe it or not, is supposed to be even worse than Miami's. But what did I say? I said, man, this would be a perfect game for Tyrod. He kind of got the wheels moving again last week. I was like, this would be perfect for him. Run game. All that stuff that we saw would have been more perfect with Tyrod because I feel like it would have been a more sophisticated passing attack.
Right now, I can cash out on my Jets over 6.5 wins for the season. I went over 6.5 at plus 120 because I thought it was a better value. I bet $100 on that, okay?
Yeah.
I can cash out right now for $57. In other words, less than half the bet. Should I bail?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cashed out. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. I'm out. Harry Douglas next. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. Visit FanDuel.com/Peter to download the FanDuel app today and get started. 21 and over in Fisley, Present, New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today. 1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS for kids. KARS Cars for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your...
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm home.
Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Any sense out of what's going on here, other than, and I just hate this, other than relying on what the past has told us and how we continue to live in it. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app, on YouTube. Harry Douglas joins us each and every week at this time. He does right now. I flip on, the Twitter yesterday. I see clips of Harry in a full-on chef's uniform dancing around and singing about Michael Penix, and then I got to watch the Jets last night, and I have no interest in any of your happiness or kindness or anything right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. A bad week last week for the Atlanta Falcons, but you talk about the tale of 2 weeks of
I want to be clear, Harry. I didn't mean I want to talk about the Falcons at all. I don't want to talk about the Falcons.
No. I know, but you got to remember, Carlin, I'm the guest here, right?
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
You brought up Michael Penix, so I'm going to tell you how I feel about him. I feel great about him. I'm sorry you don't feel that way about Justin Fields and company.
Well, let's talk about that. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is this?
Oh, it's for me. It's like we've seen so many variations of the New York Jets so far in 4 games this season. We've seen a team that could have won the game versus the Pittsburgh Steelers and also could have won a game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But we've also seen a team versus the Buffalo Bills look non-existent. We've seen a team last night versus the Miami Dolphins that look non-existent at times. And the inability to be a disciplined football team right now is at the forefront when you look at the New York Jets. And that's something that Aaron Glenn said he had to clean up, taking this head coaching job. But that hasn't gone so well within the first 4 weeks. It's getting to a point where it has to be, all right, I don't care how much this player is making and how great of a player he is. If you're not going to be disciplined, if you're not going to stop getting penalties, I'm not going to play you as a football coach. It's just that simple. If I can't trust you, if the coaches can't trust you or your teammates for you to do the proper thing and the right thing, then I can't play you. And lo and behold, it's one of the worst ways to start off Monday Night Football is going down, driving the football, and fumbling inside of your 5-yard line or the opponent's 5-yard line.
Do you have a problem with them taking Breece out seemingly whenever they get – it's like when did Braylon Allen become this unstoppable short yarders back? Like Breece Hall, who I feel is pretty much similar to the running back that you have in Atlanta, and Bijan Robinson. Like, when did he become the guy that comes out and can't do inside runs at 220 pounds?
Well, I will say this. If I had my choice as an offensive coordinator, because that was something, a deal with the Atlanta Falcons too. You know, in their first game, they had a 4th and 1, and they had Bijan in there. And then this past game, they had a 4th and 2 versus the Commanders, and you've seen Tyler Algier in there, and they picked up that 4th and 2. I would rather have the bigger back in there to gain 1 or 2 yards, but that's just me personally, Bart.
Yeah, that wasn't 1 or 2 yards. It was 1st and goal. It's like I feel like it's not a threat when Braylon Allen is in, that everybody knows that it's run. And, yes, he should have scored. And, once again, that's a young player trying to make a big play. You know, how do you feel like, week 1 – we had the returner that fumbled the ball,
Xavier Gibson.
Xavier Gibson, and then the guy that you replace him with does worse. The 2 games in. Now, if you're a coach, do you have to hold that player accountable as well and let him go? Because what you released, Gibson for, he did the exact same thing and then some.
Yeah, so your number one job as a returner is to secure the football. Before you get ready to run, before you think about scoring a touchdown, because the possession is the most important thing. But I do understand what you're saying, Bart. You can't hold Xavier Gibson to a high standard, and then Isaiah Williams comes in and he, fumbles the football, and you don't hold him to that same standard. So he will be out of the door as well when it comes to me.
Harry Douglas is with us, ESPN NFL analyst. Harry, I want to go back to what you were talking about with the undisciplined part. You have a coach who comes in and talks about this nonstop, about how we are going to be a disciplined football team, and this team last year had so many penalties and it was awful. And then you see a night like last night. What is going through a player's mind? Like, please explain to me how the emphasis can be there, and yet there is zero execution on it. It's not, we can't make a play work. It's not any of that. It's jumping the snap. It's doing all the stupid things that have been stressed. Are people just not listening?
Well, here's the thing. And my special teams coach that I had in Atlanta, his name is Keith Armstrong. And he used to say this in meetings. Either I'm coaching it this way or I'm allowing it to happen. And before you get me fired, I will have you on the streets. Meaning I will let you go before you get me fired. And I think that's kind of the approach that Aaron Glenn has to take now, because you got to get through to every guy in that locker room, and the undisciplined football has to stop. So if it continues, you're not going to be here. And I don't care who you are. Now, some guys get a little bit more leeway than others based on, who the players are. But at the same time, like you got to take that approach, because if not, if the message isn't getting through within the first 4 games, then I don't know if it's ever going to get through. So you got to start chopping people left and right from your football team to send that message. Because the last place these guys want to be is on them streets trying to find a 9-to-5, because even when you're on the practice squad, you're making a nice living as an NFL player. It's way different in the corporate world than it is coming to show up every day to lift weights and play football and do something that you love. But if you're not going to conduct and handle your business the right way, then you need to be chopped and sent to them streets then. Go get that 9-to-5.
Now, I feel like when I'm watching Justin Fields, I'm watching Russell Wilson. When I talk about holding the football, I think this offensive line is a lot better than we give it credit for, but he holds on to the ball longer than anybody in football. At what point is it the law of diminishing returns? How many more opportunities does you give Justin Fields to remain the starter, or should he have to start to compete for his job as well if he continues to perform and not execute in the passing game?
In the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select a quarterback from whichever school. That's exactly what's going to happen, Bart. And I think that's the simplest way to put it, because coming into this year, Justin Fields, this is his 3rd team in 3 years. And you kind of gave him a pass when he was in Chicago. You gave him a pass when he was in Pittsburgh. He started off well. Russell Wilson came and got the job. He never got it back. But coming into this season, you said, okay, the Jets as an organization, Aaron Glenn, he believes in Justin Fields. So he had to play from the pocket better. He had to be a better passer. Now, I get it. You might, be at a deficiency a little bit from the wide receiver standpoint, but you do have Garrett Wilson. So if he can't show that he is the quarterback for the future, and it's not like he has this massive contract. Like, I understand it's 2 years, but, you can easily move on from Justin Fields if you want to as an organization if you're Woody Johnson. So I do believe right now how things have played out that the Jets are taking a quarterback in what looks like it's going to be very high in the 2026 NFL Draft.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is during the season, like when you just say, hey, Tyrod still gives us some of the mobility, but at least the ball comes out. You talk about how they almost came back against the Bucks. That's because Tyrod Taylor threw the football, and he threw with anticipation, timing, and rhythm.
Well, if you're Aaron Glenn, you got to say to yourself, okay, who gives us the best chance to win a ball game? Because, Bart, you know this. You've been in the locker room. Like, it sucks every day when you go through practice and one guy should be the starter, but the other guy is playing. And what you don't want to do if you're Aaron Glenn is lose the locker room. That's why we've seen Brian Dable make that change to a guy like Jackson Dart. After we witnessed what we've seen on Sunday Night Football, no way Russell Wilson could have became the starting quarterback. So it's going to become a topic of conversation in that locker room. hey, man, I feel like we're a better team when Tyrod Taylor's at the quarterback position. And if you have a leadership committee, then those guys need to go up to Aaron Glenn, because I'm pretty sure they had that mutual respect for one another and say, hey, I know you're the coach. I know you want to do things your way, but we feel like Tyrod gives us the best chance to win football games.
Harry Douglas is with us, ESPN NFL analyst. Let's talk about something a little more positive. The Giants, Jackson Dart, which I can't believe that's what's more positive, but it is. What did you see from Dart? Were there enough flashes there to feel good about what you might get to see for the rest of the year?
It was, Carlin. It really was. And, Jackson Dart, along with Cam Scatterbull, they bring a different aura, a different swagger to this football team. And you've seen it trickle down to the rest of the guys on the offense, and even on the defensive side. You've seen Phillips get an interception. I believe Phillips has been one of the worst cornerbacks in the NFL entirely this season. He came up with an interception this weekend. But that's how infectious a quarterback that gives you some kind of hope that you can get things done. The defense I think they hit Justin Herbert like 12 times. They had 12 sacks. They had 2 interceptions. Sexy Dexy didn't get home, got double teamed, got his hands up, still picked it off. But you look at that very first drive that the Giants had, and it was that run game, but also the run threat that Jackson Dart poses to a defense. So now the Los Angeles Chargers, you have to play assignment football. You have to read your keys, because not only can he hand this football off to Scatterbull, but he can keep it and he can still pass it, but also, the 2025 version of the triple option, throw it to an outlet out by the sidelines, which is a wide receiver. So there's so many components to their run game. And I do believe also Cam Scatterbull brings another dimension to this team because of his physicality. So defenses aren't going to be just so happy-go-lucky, go tackle and bring him down because of that. But, man, they ran a quarterback draw down in the red zone. Yep. And Cam Scatterbull, it's just a thing of beauty to see. Cam Scatterbull, a rookie running back, is lead blocker for the rookie quarterback, and he does a nice job being physical with and then you see Jackson Dart dancing. So the entire swagger of this football team is different because of one person and the belief that everyone has in that guy, including Brian Dable. You've seen them after the ball game, him and Jackson Dart sitting there head-butting one another in excitement. We haven't seen that excitement from Brian Dable all season long. So everyone in New York is happy when it comes to Giants fans and John Mara as the owner of that football team and Joe Shane as a GM, and we've seen what it means to Brian Dable.
What do you need to see and what needs to happen for you to retain Daboll as the future head coach going forward?
My quarterback playing at a high level. My quarterback continuously growing every single week. Now, you also got to consider this if you're Mayor, right? We just lost our best player, Malik Neighbors. So the wins might not always add up, but if you're competitive in these ball games and you show that you have a fighting chance and players are responding to Brian Dable in the correct manner, then you retain them.
Harry, I guess the one thing I look at from the Dart standpoint is I really don't know that based on what's happened the last few years that I can really allow this to determine whether or not I'm going to keep Brian Dable long term. Because to me, it would have to really look lights out the rest of the way to allow that to be a determining factor.
Well, my thing is, like, if they're competitive in these football games and they find a way – let's be honest now. The Los Angeles Chargers, I thought, was the best team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Now, they lost their left tackle and – well, both their left tackles because Joe Alt moved over.
Yep.
And how many fluky times are you going to see, Lad McConkey on third down, the first 2 third downs that the Chargers have, drop balls that's right in his hands? But that's not your worry if you're the Giants. You go out there and you play. I noticed a difference in energy when Jackson Dart was at the quarterback position. And if these guys can continuously be competitive and be in these ball games and your quarterback is growing, you do have to consider that.
Now, yesterday on ESPN, they had all the injuries that have occurred on that field. At what point do you get the league involved, the players' union involved, or outright talk to the owners of the teams, to suggest that you change that surface?
Now, I firmly believe I don't think MetLife is ever going to be a grass field, Bart. There are too many events that are hosted at that stadium. You also have to consider like where the location of it being in New Jersey.
You saying we can't grow grass in Jersey?
No, I'm not saying.
I mean, they keep it open in Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that MetLife is a cash cow hosting things at that stadium.
Yep.
And people, they're going to put the finances and the money over player safety. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that's just the reality of it.
I don't feel any better. Normally you're going to pick me up. I don't feel any better today. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to blame you. You brought it. It's just not enough.
Well, today's not one of those days where I have to pick you up. See, I got to keep it extra real and 100 with you today, Carlin. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have days like this where I might pick you up 3 days in a row, 3 times, and then at one time I got to, Carlin, you might not feel as great, but hey, you got it real and raw from me.
Are you guys in the market for Pete? Are you guys in the market for Pete Alonso with the Braves?
I hope so.
Harry,
I hope so.
We'll talk next week, brother. Thank you.
Sorry, fellas.
That's Harry Douglas, of course, ESPN NFL analyst. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app, and on YouTube. By all means, go there and check us out. Watch the show as it is. Let's flip to something positive, huh? We got playoff baseball tonight. Let's I want to perk you up a little bit.
Let's cleanse the palate.
Yeah, I want to. I feel like you're really. This kills you that this is going on. Let's just be clear about that. For the fans who don't realize it, like Bart is struggling today because of how bad they are, and he hates the fact that this is what it has become.
And this is what it's been. Whenever it's a new beginning, you just want to see signs of it's changing. Don't have to happen overnight. And, I know that, the beginning of the season is not overnight. But, man, it looks like it's going backwards before it goes forward. Sometimes you got to go back to go forward, but, man.
What a resigned sigh that was.
It's exhausting, man. It's really exhausting because I really am invested. I am a fan of not just the Jets, but of New York sports.
No,
and
of course.
I feel for the fans. And they call us and they look for ways and reasons why and optimism and this and that. And sometimes you just don't have the answers.
After last night, there are no answers.
And the Jets are becoming that team that's like, why us?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure that Aaron Glenn feels that way today. Like, what am I missing? I'm sure there is a big part of him. Yeah. And this is going to be awfully difficult for a coach, where you are looking in the mirror trying to figure out exactly what you are not doing. Because Aaron Glenn does not strike me as a point-the-finger first guy. It's how do I need to approach this to fix this? What am I doing wrong in all this that my message is not getting through? So if that's the case, this has got to be very difficult for him to be living with right now. But we have to find out a way for him to get those answers through. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
And the crazy thing, in a couple of weeks, you're going to play a team in your division that seemingly has found their quarterback.
Yeah.
So now somebody that was rebuilding after you has caught you, and they're ahead on the process.
When they go up and throw up 42 points this past week, and I get it, it's Carolina.
And 35 the week before, though, so that's not against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They should have had 50 if they wouldn't have. They fumbled like twice on the 1 yard line.
It's, to me, I just wish I could understand how it could be this bad right now. But listen, that aside, let's cleanse the palate for a moment. Yankees, Red Sox tonight, 6 o'clock, game 1 of the 3-game wild card. Bart, there are a few things that really intrigue me about this. Number one, I think that the Yankees have even though it's Garrett Crochet tonight, I still feel like the Yankees have the overall pitching advantage of this. They would go with Cam Schlittler in Game 3 if they need it. I think the opportunities are really there. I know the Red Sox are a team that you may not feel great about facing, but at the same time, this is a series that the Yankees should win, and I feel like they have a decided advantage.
Yeah, but it's going to come down to making big plays and big moments, and that falls squarely on the shoulders of Aaron Judge.
Yep.
It's nice how we have a nice article about, Giancarlo Stanton and what he did last October and what he represents, hitting, 273, the 16 RBIs and all that stuff that he had and his performance in the ALCS. And you just hope that Judge can come to life. We're still waiting for Judge to have his signature playoff moment.
Yep.
Right? Because right now you can argue and say that Judge is probably the greatest right-hand hitter that we've seen in the last 20 years. And he's done everything that you can expect or want from your all-star player to do in the regular season. Where he hasn't made his fame. He's made his name in the regular season. He hasn't made his fame in the postseason because he's come up short. And one thing we can count on for everything that you believe about what Giancarlo hasn't done, and, we know that, he was a consolation prize because we didn't get Shohei Ohtani. Like, I think sometimes we got to step back knowing what he's dealing with, the elbow tendonitis, and he never complains. And if any star has ever come here and embodied and set the example of how to handle playing in the New York market and doing it with grace and humility and never letting the boos hurt him, it's Giancarlo. So he's been Mr. October for the Yankees. And the big reason they were in the World Series last year was because how he performed.
Look, Stanton, at this point in the playoffs, is a bit of a given. I
Yeah.
think the fan just assumes that he's going to deliver, and they should. It's all Judge. It's all Judge. And there have been many players who have gone through this before, and it's even harder when it's the Yankees. The guy that immediately comes to mind that is on the Judge is on the same level as was Bonds. Bonds, for the longest time, did not hit in the postseason. And it didn't really start happening until 2002, and they lost in the World Series to the Angels in 2002. Bonds was never somebody that could deliver up until that point. And it's hard for me to believe that it doesn't break through for Judge. I don't know if it's going to be this year or not, but he's just too good for him to not break through, for him to have that level of mental block about the playoffs. And it's, unfortunately, when you will start considering the greatest Yankees of all time, Aaron Judge, with continued bad postseasons, takes himself out of the discussion of the greatest Yankees of all time if he continues to not deliver in the playoffs.
Correct.
Because ultimately, that's all that matters to
especially this organization.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, Derek Jeter as a player is not in the ballpark of Aaron Judge. He is not in the zip code of Aaron Judge. He may not be in the area code of Aaron Judge, but there's no doubt with all of his postseason heroics, he is never, ever going to be viewed by any Yankee fan as anything less than one of the all-time greats, and certainly better than Judge, because this is how we define those players.
No, absolutely, and this is big for Boone. We talk about the manager matchup, two former players. The biggest key is going to make sure about the errors in the defense.
Yeah,
that's because
are the Red Sox going to try to make the Yankees beat themselves?
Exactly, with aggressive base running, playing small ball, moving guys over, the fundamentals. Like I said before when I was talking about the Jets, greatness is doing the small thing, doing the small things routinely, and the little things like fielding the ball, right? Making sure that your defense is sound. That's really what this is going to come down to, because that's how the Red Sox is going to try and win the game.
It's the details. It's the details. It's what we're talking about with the Jets. There aren't any details that are taken care of. It's the Yankees that need to take care of those details and not give anybody any extra outs, any margin for error. Because when you do, the teams that are here in the playoffs take advantage of that.
Now, are you cool with the fact that they're going Freed versus Crochet, or would you have taken Freed and put him against maybe day 2?
No, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it because, and I thought about it.
You're
we
saying
talked
you think
about
it's a
this
wash?
a little bit last week. Huh?
You think it's a wash with both of those guys there? Then it just comes on who bats get hit, how quickly you can get to these bullpens?
It's not that it's a wash. Crochet has pitched obviously well against the Yankees. It has more to do with I'm not going to take my guy and try to line him up against your weaker guy because I think that's sending the wrong message. I think that's saying we don't match up with these guys and we can't get to them. And this pitcher is so much better than ours. Why would we waste our best pitcher against him when a game we're almost assuredly going to lose? I don't think that's the case.
I got you.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, if you were, let's put it this way. If you were Max Fried, wouldn't you want to pitch against Crochet?
Yeah, of course. I'm going head to head.
Well, I'm looking forward to this tonight. I'm looking forward to the fact that it's a 6 o'clock start. How great is that?
That is amazing.
Oh, that hits the spot, baby.
Done 9:30?
Yeah, roughly. No extra innings. We'll be fine. You should have seen the look on everybody's face last night after the Jets scored the late touchdown.
And went for 2 and got it?
Went for 2 and got it, and I said, well, you know how this is going to go, right? They're going to get the onside kick. They're going to score a touchdown, and they're going to miss the extra point. We're going to overtime. And just the mere fact that I suggested overtime had everybody in the room ready to kill me. Just ready to kill me. We tried to figure out a way to get you involved last night, but technologically we couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
But then again, during the game, my sense would be that you weren't in much of a mood.
Yeah, man, I was talking to my mama. I was like, Mom, this is crazy. Hey, baby, let me turn the game on. I said, man, as soon as he talked, he fumbled the kickoff. I said, I can't, Mom.
Mama, you can turn it off.
Like, Mom, don't even worry about it. She's like, I see the Broncos in the bed. I said, you on the wrong channel, Mom. Go to the other channel. She's like, oh.
You should have just said, no, just stay there, Mom. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, on the ESPN New York app, on the YouTube channel as well. If you are not subscribed to it, you should be by going over to ESPN New York's YouTube page. It's easy. It is exactly what you should be doing with your life, and I have no problem saying that. Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Yankees playing the Red Sox, game 1 of their wild card series in the Bronx. Play-by-play can be heard right here, ESPN New York, and watched on ESPN. So we will have the coverage of all 3 of those playoff games right here on ESPN New York. That is beginning at 6 o'clock. 1 o'clock this afternoon, Tigers in Cleveland to play the Guardians. That game will be over on 1050 and on ESPN. 3 o'clock, Padres in Chicago to take on the Cubs on 1050 on ABC 7. And then later on tonight, the Reds are in L.A. to play the Dodgers on 1050 a.m. and on ESPN. On the way, we have got some audio files, including some interesting comments from Aaron Boone regarding his counterpart in this series. That's next. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
Tuesday with Don Hahn and Rosenberg. The Jets are now 0-4 and had numerous costly penalties last night. Are we sure it's not the same old Jets?
I'm very disappointed. And there's no way you can win any game with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. It just can't happen.
And Jeff Nelson joins the show at 4 to preview Yankees Red Sox Game 1. Don Hahn and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
Your fantasy roster is set, the smack talk is heating up, and this season ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sportsbook for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook, download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
We do have to thank everybody who was involved last night in getting the Couchcast going, because our entire team did such a fantastic job, from the guys who were, Kevin McCardle and Jake Montgomery, the guys who were setting it all up, to our engineer Paul Schrager. That was a full-on experience to try to put together, and everybody was into it. I give everybody a lot of credit. It was fun last night. The only guy I was worried about during the whole thing, Bart, was Rick, because I felt like at one point, because his team is there getting the brake speed off him, and he's sitting and taking notes on his iPad the entire time, I'm just thinking, I got to bring him back. Rick is the guy that you expect to be making people laugh all over the place, and he's a little down last night about that. He still got the fat jokes in, though.
Did anybody get in the Power Wheel?
We tried. Peter didn't really want to get in it, shockingly.
Because he could fit?
Rick tried to do it. We took it down at the end. We had a good setup. It was, of course, from All American Ford in supporting us with the Couchcast last night. Amazing food. Our friend Kristen from Calandras was there last night for a while. Bart, they brought in some tremendous food. I brought home another one of those loaves of bread. Oh my God! Where my wife was
you already got the olive oil, so you good.
Oh, they had little things of olive oil in little cups, like you were going to do shots with them. And then Jacob's pickles. Oh my God, the pickles are awesome. They brought over some double smash burger sliders. They brought over some chicken butt. Like we were good. Our partners in putting that together last night did an absolutely phenomenal job, and we couldn't be more thankful about it.
So do you need to apologize to John because he had the snacks all figured out, and you were worried and concerned?
Well, no, I wouldn't say I needed to apologize. I would say that what I did is I stepped in when I needed to step in to help get something done. That's all. Make sure everybody's on the same page. The sub was there, the 6-foot sub was there, and that was fine. That was good. But we got everything there that we needed there, and that made it work. I was very happy with that. Very happy, and I feel like I played a little bit of a role in that.
Will we have, like, when I pull up tomorrow, will we have some leftovers?
I'm thinking no. I mean, Michael, listen, I'll tell you, okay, they had a few different things there, right? They had a nice giant cake. They had all kinds of food. They had pickles everywhere. I admittedly took a loaf of the bread, a full-on loaf of the bread, and you know why, because that bread was that good.
Yeah, I can't blame you.
From Calandras. And Michael is going to the back, grabs a box. He's grabbing loaves of bread. He's grabbing tubs of pickles. He's grabbing the last couple of chocolate-covered pretzel sticks that they had, that they only had like 5 or 6 of, but he made sure he got a couple of them in there. Like, Michael is the guy that when you go to dinner and you're packing everything up, he wants you to bring back the rolls that they took away earlier. And don't forget about the butter, okay? I'm going to need that too.
Need a churn.
Now I know why Michael has so much money. He never spends a dime. But it was a fun time. And again, our partners at Calandras, at All-American Ford, and of course at Jacob's Pickles just made it an absolutely phenomenal night. And we had an excellent audience all night long, well over 4,000 or 5,000 watching throughout the course of the night. And listen, you know, we had some competitors out there doing the same things, and we were kicking their ass. We'll say it too loud, but it happened. Just look at the numbers. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let's get to it. Audio files.
The audio file.
First and foremost, Bart, I want to hear from Aaron Boone, because he's talking about Alex Cora here. And it's interesting what he has to say. Cora has positioned this as, you know, the Red Sox like the little engine that could. So here is Aaron Boone on that sentiment.
I think he's really good. I think, you know, they play the game within the game really well. You know, I think he's a really good leader. I think his team kind of embodies who he is, and I think he does a really good job of helping set and define the culture over there. And obviously, you know, they've gone through a couple of tough years, but, you know, he's always been the clear leader of that group. And you started to see it come together a little bit last year, I felt like, and now, you know, obviously this year, after, you know, a little bit of an uneven start, they've really become obviously a very good team and one of the best teams in the league here the second half of the year. And I think a lot of people saw it coming too, contrary to what, you know, I think he's played the little engine that could over there a little bit. I think a lot of people knew the Red Sox were coming this year. So, but I think he's one of the game's really good ones.
I don't disagree. Cora is one of the game's really good managers. Think whatever you want about the Astros and the cheating in 2017. Read a very interesting thing today in the preview. I believe it was in the Post, Bart, about how both of these teams are exceptional at sign stealing. Exceptional at it. And the base.
Stop that. That almost got Robert Saleh in a fight.
Well, the base coaches are apparently heavily involved in it too. And so both of these teams are the most paranoid when it comes to it, but that's because both of them are among the best at it.
That's the gamesmanship, right? That's the gamesmanship. If you're going to tip, then we're gonna listen.
Yeah. A little bit more here off of Yankees Red Sox tonight. And here is Max Fried, who, of course, is pitching this evening and is ready to go, leave it all out on the line.
I think it's just as simple as being as prepared as possible, physically and mentally, and knowing that when I step between those lines that I'm competing and leaving 100% of everything I have out there. There's no guarantee that I'm going to have another start, so from here on out, it could be the last one, so we're going to kind of empty the tank and leave everything that we have out there.
If you're looking at this game, if you were going to wager on this game, and you got Crochet against Fried, games at Yankee Stadium, which way are you leaning?
I'm leaning with the home team now. Like, listen, they're going to have the momentum. They're going to have the crowd. They have the best player in baseball. I got to go with the Yankees. What was it? Was it 9-4? Was it 9-4 this season? What's the series split? I think I saw 9-4 somewhere.
I believe that's correct. The Red Sox are the Yankees are pretty considerable favorites tonight at minus 136 on the money line, and they are 1.5 run favorites at plus 168 if you bet that. So the Yankees to win by 2 runs tonight gets you plus 168.
2 runs.
Interesting. Interesting. After I bet on the Jets last night. Bart, next is, first of all, Aaron Glenn, and we have to revisit it. Not anything more than on how he has to find a way to keep the locker room together and on being 0-4. Play these two back-to-back, please.
I think those guys know that this is a totally different deal as far as being woe is me. That you could always put yourself in position to win a game. And I thought we almost did it again today. There's hope in that, for the most part. We're just not doing the things we have to do to finish games. I don't think we have those type of guys. I really don't. And I'm going to do everything I can in my power to make sure we don't have that. And I don't think we will. I really don't. Those guys know we got to go back to work. I know we have to go back to work. The coaches know we have to go back to work. And collectively as a group, man, we have to make sure we just block out all the outside noise and do the things we got to do to go win games. Very disappointing. To me, it was more or less the things that we know that you can't do to win games. We allowed that to happen. I thought our guys played with effort. Listen, I thought our guys understood the ramifications of this game. But, man, to go out there and have that many penalties and really pre-snap penalties and be able to turn the ball over, I mean, that was so disappointing in this game. But, listen, I'm not losing hope in our guys at all, and I'm telling you now, we just got to go back to work. That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
I mean, it's really important, man, that you're able to keep this team together because what's so important when you have a new coach is that when he's coming with a new message, and I think, was that Harry that was speaking about that a couple weeks ago when he comes with a new message, and this is why it's different and the different mantras.
Jason McCourty last week.
Yeah, and the different sayings and stuff like that. The results haven't even come close. It hasn't even come close. And at some point, naturally, people are going to start, or players are going to start to look at something to blame. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. And then really what happens, what infects your team is the outside noise, not from the media. It's the outside noise from the family members.
Yeah.
When they start speaking of, well, why aren't they giving you an opportunity to catch a ball? Why aren't they giving you plays? Why aren't you getting starting time? You guys aren't winning anyway. You should be able to try something different. Why? And you have to explain that. And the fact that you're going to have to go such a long time. Why yesterday he talked about the ramifications of yesterday, because we thought that, okay, maybe the data is a little different now that you have extra game. So 0-3 isn't what 0-3 used to be. But 0-4 is 0-3.
Yeah.
And it's the same things that come with it. No team, maybe 2 teams have made the playoff, being 0-3 and all that type of stuff. So now you have to apply that. So now you're telling yourself, I'm bust my ass for 6 months. Off-season conditioning, OTAs, training camp, and I don't have a chance at any of my goals outside of individual personal goals in 4 weeks.
Brutal.
Wow.
Just.
You heard Bree sound numb.
It happened so quick.
Bree sound numb. Bree sound numb in his interview to the fact of losing. I'm not used to losing. I've been with Iowa State all this time, and we built that up to something. I'm not accustomed to losing. I used to get upset and take it really hard, but now I'm grateful for the opportunity to play football, so I don't get as mad as I used to. Nah.
So we'll hear from Breece Hall coming up next, but we'll also get to your calls at 800-919-3776 on the Jets, on the Yankees Red Sox series that begins tonight, 6 o'clock. By the way, you will be able to hear it right here on 880 ESPN and on ESPN New York.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how will I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you...
Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Let's hit it. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN on the ESPN New York app. We will continue on your calls on the Jets, but also on the Yankees as well. This guy called us yesterday, and he was out. And I need to know how bad it is today. Ira in Staten Island. Ira, what's going on, man?
Hey, everything's good. Hey, Bart, the Jets have broken me. Since Rex is out of there and Todd had the one good year, my stage of my life, I'm broken, and until they start winning, I'll always support them and watch them, but it's just what I saw last night reminded me of '95 and '96, and once again, no disrespect to Aaron Glenn, whatever type of plan he has in place, but I was a player, Bart was a professional player. At some point, it goes in one ear and out the other, and that's what I saw last night. You can't have the mental breakdowns, the physical breakdowns, some of the coaching decisions on 3rd and 6, you're trailing by 2 scores, you're running the ball because you don't trust your quarterback. And and then the personal fouls. It's like I can't make it up. It's just what I saw last night. The 3 fumbles. It's impossible to do. What are you doing in Florham Park all week? Are you practicing? What are you possibly doing?
And the crazy part, Ira, is because you've been a fan for so long, and I've always said you're the Jets' number 1 fan, in my opinion, because from a player standpoint, you've always supported, always been there 10 toes down, and it hasn't always been pretty. But you have points of reference that you can go to. Sometimes that's a good thing and a bad thing that you know too much, right, because you've been around. So you can see it may look like a new movie to everybody else, but it's just a rerun to you. And the fact that you can go back to 95 and 96, I think sums up a lot of what the Jets fans' experience has been. So when Aaron Glenn says that we're not the same old Jets, he has to understand and take that into consideration, that you guys can go back to specific times and dates of why and how this saying has even been created or made.
Ira, you know what bothers
Of course,
me about
I go back to the Lou Holtz era. I mean, it's mind-boggling. And listen, Justin Fields, tremendous, or broken play, and he got the touchdown. A tremendous athlete, but he's not the answer at quarterback.
No.
And now, do I trust this regime to pick a quarterback next year? And do I trust Aaron Glenn, who's supposed to be a defensive coach who can't fix the defense, to groom a rookie quarterback and a high draft pick next year? I don't. So until they start to win games and put things in a win column, I'm broken. And until I see them win, I'm out.
Wow. You lose Ira. You have lost. Like you said, Ira's the number 1 Jet fan, period. He is. Because you're right. He's always been there through thick and thin with all of it. And you're losing him, and dear God. I mean, that's how bad this has gotten. But what I was going to say in the middle of that is that, Bart, on a bigger scale, what bothers me even more is that when Glenn says we're not the same old Jets, it's supposed to carry a little bit more weight because he understands this organization. And he's been around it for a long part of his life.
First-round draft pick.
And so it's not just somebody just coming in out of nowhere and dropping that. It's somebody who knows what that means. And so it hurts a little bit more to hear him say that and then have a night like last night.
Yeah. I don't know how the message goes through because it seems like the players all say, hey, we talked about this. But like Ira said, in one ear and out the other. Like when things get crazy, it goes back to your fundamentals and it goes back to your training. That you hear about that in the military, that your training kicks in when things go crazy and get hectic around you. And when things get hectic around the Jets, they don't respond well. And they have to ask themselves, why can't they respond well in tight moments and in moments? Why is the other team the team that executes, that makes the play? And you have to identify the leadership here, and you have to hold them accountable. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Quincy, Jermaine. Those guys, Simpson, those guys have to step up. Now, I think the personal foul on Simpson was a joke. Yeah. Like, if I'm a lineman and I'm burying you, of course I'm going to throw you down and land on top of you. That's my point. What I'm going to do is throw you to the ground, let you get up, and then go make the tackle? Yeah. No, I'm just going to go there and take a nice little rest. That's been going on since football has been created. So not all those penalties were created equal.
Right. Well, there are two things here that I want to hear. Number one is from not Aaron Glenn, but Breece Hall on the team and the penalties that have been committed, and it's been a consistent thing since he's been here too.
It's just a tale of, 3 out of our 4 losses. Teams will shoot themselves in the foot, then we come back and shoot ourselves in the head. So we can't win offensively if we're not converting on third down, if we're not getting us to third and manageables. We're in 2nd and 25, 2nd and 20, 1st and 15, getting stupid, dumb penalties and stuff. So that's been the frustrating thing because, we're moving the ball up and down the field at will, how we want to, or we'll come down and, get to the strike zone and then boom, 15-yard penalty, 10-yard penalty, and teams will just sit back in zone. And they're willing to give up that 3 and not give up that 7. So that was a frustrating part, turnovers, and then making mistakes on fumbles and all that type of stuff, crazy penalties. It's just been frustrating.
I mean, when he talks about it's been going on since he's been there, no lie told there. And then this one bugged me. Sauce Gardner, about the penalties that he gets that he feels like other defensive backs don't get. One's on winning teams. That's the one, Boombaka.
Yeah.
From Sauce Gardner.
I feel like, me personally, us not winning, like, because I watch football all the time, and I just feel like, I don't know if this is wrong to say, but I think I get called for more stuff just based off of us just not winning. I watch these winning programs, and it be some egregious things, and it don't get called, like, letting the players play. Like, I got caught on something today where it's like I know the route, everything, and I'm just supposed to let him just push off at the top of the route. I'm seeing him count the steps, all that. Like, he's not going to catch the ball regardless. I just feel like in general, even the Mike Evans ones, I just feel like us not winning, that's just what goes on. Like, if we don't win, then I feel like we don't get the calls that we should get, and we get called for the calls that we probably shouldn't get called for.
Stop. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Can't have a woe is me. Yeah.
It might be true. Winning teams do occasionally get calls, but
Hey, I'm gonna know it's called by brand and reputation.
Yes.
It's you can see any game. You can see a bunch of missed calls. I mean, I remember the Raiders used to say that, right? Because they had a reputation, and that may be true, right? But you earn your reputation. So how do you change that? You change that by your play on the field. It hasn't been good enough.
800-919-3776. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. We got to spend some more time on the Yankees because I need some more positivity in my life. That is coming up. We are going to do that over the next hour. The Yankees, of course, play tonight at 6 p.m. right here on ESPN New York, and it is streaming on the ESPN New York app as well. The Yankee game will be right here. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Yankees hosted the Red Sox. It's game 1, 6 o'clock. The Wildcard series in the Bronx, play-by-play, right here on ESPN New York and watched on ESPN. 1 o'clock this afternoon, right after our show. Tigers in Cleveland to take on the Guardians. That game's on 10:50 and on ESPN TV. 3 o'clock, Padres are in Chicago to play the Cubs on 10:50 and on ABC 7. And the Reds are in Los Angeles to play the Dodgers on 10:50 and on ESPN TV. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying a Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car
know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Put it in the box. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
What if you could instantly find whatever you need exactly when you need it? We're talking everything from parking spots to holiday gifts to the perfect shoes in your size. Think of all the time you'd save. While you may never instantly find these things, if you're hiring, you can find qualified candidates right away with ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to find top talent, and their advanced resume database lets you unlock top candidates' contact info instantly. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
And that's where you should be watching right now. We are on YouTube, as we are each and every day. Listen on the ESPN New York app. Watch on YouTube. It is all there for you, friends. At 800-919-3776, we have got baseball playoffs that begin in an hour. Yankees later on today at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be locked in on that. We will have that streaming for you live here. You there?
Yeah, I said who kicking it off? Who kicking it off?
What do you mean, who's pitching tonight?
No, who's kicking off?
Oh, this afternoon, it's your Detroit Tigers.
Oh, my God. You talk about escaping a disaster.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, that's
holding on for dear life.
Oh, that would have stuck to us like, oh, yeah, the good old Detroit. You know what they're known for? Choking. Oh.
Well, you're on the road in Cleveland, so we're not out of the woods yet, big boy.
Well, but we've been there. We were there before. It's okay. It's okay. We hate Cleveland. That's like, just from the landmass standpoint, it's kind of like, I guess Boston and New York. 3 hours away, 3.5 hours away, and we can't stand each other. Couldn't be more different.
Was that always a thing the Tigers and Indians hated? Or Indians, Tigers and
Pistons. Pistons, Tigers, Cleveland. Yeah. Quit playing, man.
All the Cleveland Detroit stuff. Those are natural rivals.
Cleveland is a dirtier Detroit, if that's even possible.
Well, I mean, if you're from Detroit, my guess would be you would be saying that.
No, it's fact.
I wonder what they say.
They call Cleveland. They call Cleveland a mistake by the lake.
Well, that game is at 1:00 this afternoon, and of course the Yankees will be playing tonight at 6, which is where we are going to start this hour. After we tell you that it is noon 03, and what does that mean?
It's the power hour. Stand up, all rise. The judge, Honorable Aaron Judge, is in session. Your plaintiffs and defendants have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may proceed.
I've seen your statements. You may proceed.
Here comes the judge. This might be the biggest postseason of his career.
Oh, there's not a might be about it. Every year that he doesn't produce, the next one is the biggest postseason of his career. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And I've seen this happen with superstars before, and eventually they will end up developing and in their playoff prowess, and they will end up getting better and being a team that can actually do some things in the playoffs. When you get Aaron Judge going, they got to the World Series last year. He was still bad offensively. I would expect that if Judge gets off to a good start, that will be something of the past. But here's my problem, Bart. What if he goes up there tonight against Garrett Crochet, a guy that he has faced a lot in his career, and he strikes out in the first
Don't
attack?
say it. It's not about striking out. It's about you strike out with runners on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big pivotal moments. We've seen some of those bad swings. And it's tough because how many pitches is he going to get to hit in the zone? What's the strike zone? How's Boone going to react to that, being able to work the umps? You know, because we know that he probably has the most unfair, smallest strike zone out of everybody, right? He has the same strike zone as Altuve, but he's twice the size. So how do you even officiate that? And, you know, Boone's going to have to pull all the right levers, and he's under scrutiny, right? Because I think on the other side, we feel like we have tremendous respect for Aaron Boone and what he's done in his record. But deep down, we think that Cora's a better manager. We have to admit that.
I have to, yeah. I don't think Boone is a bad manager. I really don't. I think he's a good manager.
We just think
I think Cora's better.
Correct.
Cora's better.
So you talk about strategy and game plan and stuff like that. You give the advantage to the Sox. I just hope that we get something. Matter of fact, no, I don't. I don't even want nothing legendary. I hope the Red Sox collapse. This is the scariest series for me because of the familiarity, Cora, the regular season record, and the fact that they have an ace that can come out and get you one. And when you get one, all you got to do is get two.
So I guess the Mets in the last little bit have announced that they will retain Carlos Mendoza.
Of course.
Yeah. That happened, I guess, late last night, early this morning.
Man, was that
so
news?
He's not that that's any, earth-shattering news. He should be here.
Oh, man. Hanging with Gelb yesterday.
How is he doing?
Relieved.
Relieved that it's over?
It's been a long season. And like you said, this was a slow drip.
Yes, it was. And it didn't help last night watching the Jets either, knowing that it's gonna continue to drip.
He's like, at least I don't have to be on the road.
This is true. This is very true. But look, we'll get more of the Jets in a bit. What I want to know is the expectations, because for me the expectations are pretty simple. It's win this series. It's Judge gets going early.
Yeah.
And it is that you are able to do enough tonight against Garrett Crochet to beat him. And the numbers against him have not been great. I think Judge.
Work the counts.
I'm sorry?
They got to work the counts. They got to get him out of there. They got to get his pitch count up. They got to be disciplined. It's not going to be easy. You hope to get to him early. Let's see if they take the strategy, the swing, first pitch swing. And let's see what the strategy is. Because you've seen him so much, you got to try and figure out what's the best game plan to try and come out and approach. And you just hope that it's the right one. If it's first pitch swing, because that might be the best pitch that you get to hit, then this is when like the analytics and this is when the Geek Squad comes in and should be able to give you something.
You would hope.
God knows the Yankees spend enough money on them.
The Yankees spend more money on all that stuff than anybody else. And you would hope that all that stuff would come. But again, this is the playoffs, and what will they tell us? It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. No, it's not.
But you also told me, Chris, that when the season started, that the Yankees was far and above better than everybody in a weak division.
Yes, in a weak league, absolutely. Absolutely.
So has that changed?
Well, they haven't. Listen, for the record of what their season was, they were not the best team in the entire league. I think the thing that what really stood out to me about them is it got pretty hairy, pretty ugly for a while, and they were able to right the ship and put themselves in the best spot possible. Now, they didn't break the tie with the Blue Jays, which is why they're playing in the wild card round. But even so, they are a team to me that is – I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be in the World Series again. I don't see any reason. I worry about it happening, but I don't see any reason outward as to why they shouldn't make the World Series.
And that's the expectation and standard. And I know it dipped a little bit, but how they ended the season, that's really what I care about. I don't care about the overall record, because how they ended the season is an indication of how they're playing right now. So I don't have to judge them about what they've done before. It's about how you're playing now. Who is your team now? What team are you now?
Yep.
But we know it's – I just hope – Volpe's there, right? I just hear Joe Kelly just in my head. They're all going to laugh at you. Like, I just hear Joe Kelly, and it comes down to the fundamentals and the little things.
They have played better fundamental baseball of late.
Yeah, but this is high-pressure situations. Gets on you fast. Like, I would say that the Red Sox are playing carefree. Right?
Are they? I mean, is it truly carefree?
I think they're ahead of schedule. I mean, when one team went to the World Series the year before, the expectation is at least World Series or bust.
Mm-hmm.
The Red Sox, I don't think they made some moves. They got rid of one of their best young players. I think they have a lot less pressure on them. They're on the road. It's already built-in excuses for them. There's none for the Yankees.
No, listen, it's true. Let me see here. In the series, I want to try to find out how big of a favor the Red Sox are in the series. Wild card round, let's see here. Cleveland, Detroit, la-da-dee, la-da-da. Series total games. No, it says it's not telling me that. That's not helpful. Here we go. Yankees are considerable favorites. Minus 178 to win this series. Minus 178. Red Sox plus 150 to win this series. That is not close to being the one that is obviously the biggest favorite. The Dodgers would be over the Reds at minus 270. Right now, would you bet on the Yankees? You had to bet $178 to win 100? Or would you go on the Red Sox and actually win plus money?
I like plus money in my bets, Carlin.
Everybody all loves plus money in our bets, right? And that's why Vegas is in business. Because all the people like us who want that good value and to want to win that extra money, we turn aside the favorite because what am I going to do with an extra $20?
Yeah, unless you're Floyd Mayweather and you can bet $100,000 to win $20,000.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not quite the same. We should probably check in with Floyd to see what his picks are for the baseball.
He probably got the Dodgers plus $1 billion. Like, all right, who cares?
Do you think Floyd bet on the baseball the next couple days?
Floyd bets on everything.
I know he does, but I didn't know if he would be that into the baseball.
Man, he's into FIFA. Floyd, he bet on heads and tails. What's that show you love when they had to flip the heads and tails? Vacation.
The National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah, that's Floyd.
Vegas Vacation.
I bet you Floyd in old Vegas got all kind of places that he bet on.
The other one they had was the other game they had was which hand. And war.
I declare war.
All right, let's hit it. 800-919-3776. David and Elizabeth has been waiting a while, and he's up on 880 ESPN on the ESPN New York app. What's up, Dave?
What's up, fellas? Hey, I'm going to be honest with you, right? So, only thing I'm looking forward to this Sunday is going to go see what parking lot my man Bart is in to check him out.
You knew? My dog, man.
Yeah. I knew.
You got one this week?
Yeah, man. I'm there with Pepsi, baby.
Of course you are.
Pepsi Zero. Pepsi Zero, the only zero that we drink.
There better be more zeros in the check.
Oh, trust me. There's a lot of zeros in New York, bro. The Jets are one of them right now. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, I know you guys are going to
Have we lost you too, David? Have you lost it too? We
Yeah,
lost Ira.
I'm checking out. I'm checking out for the season, bro. I spent mad money already. I love my team. I love my organization, but bro, I can't sit through this again. Like, bro, it's sad, man. It hurts. Yo, you never heard these words from me, and I'm gonna say it. We're a bad football team. It is bad, man. It's bad to watch. And then, like, when you look at the score, oh yeah, we were close. No, we weren't. We weren't close.
Yeah.
Terrible, bro. Terrible.
It's disappointing.
Very off. Well, no. I thought you were talking about the Jets. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was. For a moment there, I was. And it is disappointing with the Jets because I'm not even a Jet fan, okay? But I go into last night really still having belief in what they do and still having belief that they were better than what I really considered to be the worst team in football. I thought Miami was the worst team in football, and they weren't last night, and they're not right now. That's one of two teams. That's either the Saints or the Jets.
Now, we talked about the Saints before. We talked about, the Giants and Saints matchup, and we talked. But, man, if the Jets lose to the Panthers, all hell got to break loose then.
Oh, yeah.
If they lose to the Panthers, who's not winless, by the way.
No, they pounded the Falcons 2 weeks ago. Pounded them. This is why I'm saying, like, why last night was so costly and why the coach needed last night in the absolute worst way. You have to be able to give guys a reason to continue to believe in what you're selling. And when you have 13 penalties, you're just not even listening. You're not even listening.
Yeah, I would say, listen, you're not good enough. We're not good enough to have these. I think we need to start telling the guys, listen, we're not good enough to do this and do that. Because I think maybe they think, oh, we can overcome anything. Don't worry, we'll work. No, we ain't good enough to have one penalty, let alone 13.
There's no margin for error. There's really not. You have to be able to go and win some of these games in the margins where you can get a small advantage that might help put something over the top.
See what David did? We was full of joy.
I don't know if we'd say we were full of joy, but we were trending in the right direction.
Right. I was starting to feel better, and I was about to get out the bucket, and David reached up and pulled me back down. You crab, you. You crusty crab, Mr. Crab.
How about Billy in the truck up next on 880 ESPN, ESPN New York app. Billy, what's up, dude?
Hey guys, I really liked the couch cast last night. It was real fun. Besides,
you enjoyed it. Good, I'm glad.
Steamrolling everybody.
How long were you hanging in with us?
Hold on, what Peter do? I didn't see the couch
Peter
cast.
was steamrolling, awful takes. But other than that, I watched the whole time. It was.
Let's put it this way: Peter was going to get his last night. You know, like
Peter, he definitely got his last night.
He Patty LaBelle in the quartet. Like, Patty, you ain't got to try to oversing everybody. We can go in harmony. Come on.
He did at one point say something that he wanted to be funny, and I looked at Kay and said into the microphone, "Are those crickets?"
Shout out Petey Pablo, though. That's my guy.
We love Petey.
Thank God backtracked that Tua statement. But yeah, I mean, we talked in the beginning of the year about the Yankees and so privileged, this and that, always make the postseason. But it's always like it's always been what if if only they did this. It's always not been their full potential. And I hope I think if Judge gets going, the bats are flying. I'm gonna be there tomorrow night. I think they could very easily make it back there.
You gonna be there tomorrow night? What does a ticket like that run a brother?
I got in the nosebleeds, the bleachers for I think it was $150.
Oh, that's not bad.
Which isn't. It's not terrible. There's some regular season games that like the Mets series that got up to like about 100. So it's not terrible. I mean, damn, I went to the World Series last year. I went to Game 5 last year, and I don't know how I wrote myself back all into it now, but here I am, and I'm ready to go again.
What's your belief level? Why not us?
Why not us, Bart? Anything's possible, baby.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
How about this? You can get into the game tonight. Now, granted, it's, upper deck corner. Game's a rumor. But you can get into the game tonight for $96. That's not terrible.
Is that secondary market or just?
That's secondary market.
Wow.
$150 in the bleachers. Not bad.
All right.
That's okay. Okay. Not terrible. Okay.
Deal with that.
Yeah, listen. That is, if I was looking to go to the game, that is not a terrible price to pay whatsoever. And that's Yankees Red Sox. Wow. I'm just praying for some kind of juice in this. I really am. I would.
Well, so would you?
I mean, I hate to say it. I want to see somebody get drilled early, and I want to see some people get pissed off.
Well. But if you're saying you want to see some juice in the excitement, then that means you're talking about a close matchup where somebody makes a pivotal mistake, whether it's a third base coach not waving them home, or some big error in the infield, or some drop. So that's what you want to see, or do you want to just see an ass kicking?
I want to see
that gets chippy.
Juice. I want chippy. I want juice. I don't want an ass kicking, unless an ass kicking is going to lead to somebody getting drilled, and that's going to lead to some tempers flaring. Nobody getting hurt, mind you, but somebody getting
Chisholm
hit.
coming off of the hit forearm. They pitch him inside, try and jam his knuckles up.
Listen, I could see Chisholm being one of the guys that would be thoroughly annoyed if he got hit. Like he'd come out with the bat. I could see that. Could definitely see that. How about Marvin and Patchogue next on ESPN New York? Marvin, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? I got a request and a suggestion, but more of a request. Full game, play-by-play by Bart and Carlin on YouTube.
And who's paying Bart for that?
YouTube.
Because I don't know if you know this. If Bart doesn't get out of bend for less than $10,000.
Bart is smart enough to get sponsorship. And plus the numbers, the viewers. Did you see how Brian Dable was with Jackson Dart? That's how your audience would be if you guys did something like that. You do the play-by-play. Bart dissects. Bart says the things the Jets can't say or Aaron Glenn can't say. I'm telling you, it would work.
Me and Carlin does have a history together. We have called an NFL game.
Yeah, we have done it before.
And at YouTube, if you let me get spicy, like a Manning cast, keep it Rizzo.
That's the only relief the fans would have. Right now, I'm upset about the game, but the relief to be able to tune in and hear you guys. I know it sucks, but just to hear you guys say the things.
What sucks? Nothing sucks. Hey, here's the thing. Can we be clear about something?
He's saying the game. But what we're saying is we bring all our drops. So, like, when Garrett Wilson catches the ball late in the game, I can say, listen, I'm the only winner on the team. The rest of you guys are losers by birth or by choice.
I'm the only winner on the team. The rest of them are losers, either by choice or by birth.
Marvin, thanks for the call. Here's the thing. Like, I'm not going to say any names, Rick, but there were some people who were, sitting there last night like, all right, can we wrap this up? All right, can we get this going? Everybody calm down. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Just because the game sucked don't mean we can't have a good time.
Exactly. The game sucked. All right, what are you going to get back in the LIE 10 minutes earlier?
like when Aaron Glenn said, hey, we're pretty close. And we come with the SpongeBob, like at halftime, 3 minutes later. What you said, it's the most idiotic thing that I have ever heard. We are all now dumber. If we can bring the drops, I'm definitely for it. We can just put our drops into a telecast.
So here was the problem last night is we were told, I don't know if people know this, we work for Disney. So we were told, hey, listen, this is unfiltered in terms of what you're going to say and all that, but no cursing.
So does Pat McAfee.
Again, McAfee's got his own deal, okay? McAfee has got his own deal. We are not McAfee.
That is true.
And
he's bringing in mad revenue.
Well, if we were, I would have quit already. And I don't mean that as a bad thing to him. I mean, I would have had more than enough money to get the hell out.
I'm good here.
Yeah. No. And that was the other conversation I had last night with these guys. Bart, it's hard to have it with you because you've got it too. But, I said, all right, what's the number where you just walk away, right? Like, how much is too much? And Michael's like, well, Elon Musk keeps going. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
He's don't mean he's happy.
Musk. Yeah, I said.
Elon's not doing it for the money anymore at this point. He's doing it because that's what he lives for.
Yeah, and I just said, if there was a number like, $5-10 million, I'm out. I'm good.
Yeah.
Because that should, if I handle myself right, I don't need to live in a lap of luxury. That should allow me to live a very comfortable life the rest of the way. And both Rick and Michael were looking at me like, more like 50. 50? What do we need 50 for?
You can move to Colombia, get you a 10,000 square foot house, and you only have to spend about $700,000 US, and you can live off $6,000 a year. That's your bills.
But it's Colombia.
Colombia is amazing, brother.
No, I'm not saying Colombia is not good. I'm saying I would prefer to live in the U.S.
No, you get a nice little condo in the U.S.
Can we get the NFL Sunday ticket in Colombia?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, baby. It's only 5 hours away. 5-hour flight to Cartagena.
Okay. I know you're a big Colombia fan.
Yeah, you're in Costa Rica. You'll get there. You'll get there before you get to Seattle. I tell you what, that flight is about the same as that Vegas trip you took.
Yeah, I got a 6-hour Seattle flight coming up next week.
Ooh, yeah, I can beat you to Portugal.
Portugal, I'm about.
Yeah, you flying headwind.
You know what I need is I need to spend time in another country to experience it, and then understand what I've got and what I need to do to make it work. But I'll do something to make it work. But people are just like, these guys are nuts. Nah, I need $50 million. 50? Who needs 50? Come on. Wrap this up. Let's stay in the relatable world. It's unbelievable. Bart Carlin, 880 ESPN. We did have fun last night, though. We did have fun. 880 ESPN, ESPN New York. Don't forget that the Yankees-Red Sox game will be right here on ESPN New York tonight, including streaming on the ESPN New York app. So that is excellent news for you. We will continue on the phones at 800-919-3776. That will include you chiming in on the Jets, but really want to focus on the Yankees and what we need to see here tonight, especially with Garrett Crochet, and what your expectations are and what the lineup's going to look like. We'll explain next on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York YouTube page.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The Jets are now 0-4 and had numerous costly penalties last night. Are we sure it's not the same old Jets?
I'm very disappointed. And there's no way you can win any game with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. It just can't happen.
And Jeff Nelson joins the show at 4 to preview Yankees-Red Sox Game 1. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
FanDuel is getting you ready for kickoff with an offer you won't want to miss. New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet $5, and if it wins, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use all across the app. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here. The only question is, Are you ready to play? Visit FanDuel.com/Rick to download the FanDuel app today and get started. You can build parlays, bet player props, ride the live lines, whatever your style, FanDuel has you covered. The NFL season is finally here. The only question is, are you ready to play? Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
If you haven't subscribed to the ESPN New York YouTube page yet, by all means, get there and do it. Go to youtube.com, search ESPN New York. It'll come right up. Or, easy as ever, the ESPN New York app. Open it up, and it is right there. The tile is right there at the top of the screen. Takes you right to us to be able to watch the show every single day. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. Let us get back to some of the phones. People who have been waiting. Jose is in Brooklyn. He is up next on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. Jose, what's up?
Good morning. Oh, man, I can't even get the words out because what I saw yesterday was atrocious. Watching you guys was fun. Talking to Ty was fun. But while watching this game and watching, Aaron Glenn, and, when they broke off to him, there was a moment where it was just one of the penalties, and he just, had this, distraught, oh, boy, here we go again.
Every single time the Jets had a penalty part, every single time the director cut right to Aaron Glenn.
And the thing is just like, and you know, as you know, Ira brought up, it kind of made me wonder, like, is he thinking back to like his rookie year when he saw the Jets were that horrible? Because this is looking that bad, and I've never seen the situation like this because I was a little younger back then. But the one thing I will say about this is, I don't want to go overreact and say that the talent is a little overrated because, like you said, Bart, they did produce and they did show out the first couple years when they had, you know, even worse processing quarterback in Zach Wilson. So I definitely understand. So I definitely, you know, have seen the talent. But when I'm starting to see Sauce Gardner look bad on almost every single replay, and even things that are not necessarily his fault, it just looks like a bad play is being made, and I'm just like wondering, like, you know what, bro, did Salah keep you on one side because this was the weakness that he was trying to, you know, prevent you from seeing? Because if he doesn't shape up and actually get back to that all-pro level and be that guy that, you know, that Darrelle Revis type corner that we need him to be, I don't see this defense, you know, improving drastically. And I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Thank you for giving me the time, guys.
Listen, I don't know what to make of it right now. I don't know what to make of any of it right now.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to feel about any of it right now? Because at the moment, I can't feel like the Jets in any way have their act together. And that's brutal to feel that way. And because I believed in what the coach was selling. But I'm wondering how much the players are believing in what the coach is selling right now.
Right. It's hard to know what the players are saying. It's hard to know what they're believing. We'll see with their actions. I mean, because Owen, and I don't. The crazy part is, even if they play a good game, I don't see how they beat Dallas. But then again, nobody saw how the Giants could beat the Chargers.
Right.
But this isn't it.
We sat here last week and thought the Chargers were a mortal lock.
But this isn't the same scenario. Dallas haven't traveled to Brazil and all these different time zones and places. So we don't, and they play in that, and they play on that field. They play in that division, so they're comfortable in that stadium. So it's gonna be tough to even know, even if they play better and they have less penalties, what does that mean for the wins and losses? If you're 0-5, man.
You can't be. I mean, this is why last night was so crushing. That is a bad football team that you lost to. And no matter what the score said, you lost convincingly. You lost convincingly to the Miami Dolphins, who to me were the worst team in football. I know how bad the Saints are. Right now, the Jets are one of two teams that are winless in the league. And I know every Jet fan's going to come out and say, oh, I know this script. I've been here before. I get all that. This year, I did not think that. There was too much talent on this team, and there was a guy that came in that actually felt like he knew what he was doing. I never felt like Saleh was an awful coach, but sometimes it's just not getting through, and that's what it felt like. Bart, I feel like that already.
Yeah. And you think,
with these kind of mistakes.
And you don't know where the help is coming from.
I have no idea.
Once again, 2 straight games, no Jermaine Johnson, no Quincy Williams coming through the door anytime soon. You know, that's Quincy on some of those H-hand runs to the outside. You know, that's Quincy, you know, on Tua, you know, running and not hitting him in the head. Those are your best, arguably your second, third best defensive player. That's your heartbeat, your rhythm, your communicator. And that wasn't there. And, you know, Tony Adams, again, whiffing.
Oh, God.
Coming down that safety, just Sammy Sosa. Like, come on, man. Like, did you at least pinch him?
Bart, even on the touchdown run, I think it was 74. 74 Fashanu?
Yeah.
I think it was Fashanu, as Fields circles back around.
Yeah.
It looks like he's about to get the one block that he needs. And he got around it, and he got to the outside, and he got the corner and scored. But after watching the replay, Fashanu was doing the electric slide past the guy.
You don't know what the hell your quarterback going to be doing.
Oh, my God.
Then I thought they were pushed around, too, at times.
Oh, they definitely were. Craig in Lansing, Michigan, next on ESPN New York. What's up, Craig?
Hey, what's happening? Look, with all due respect, I never understood the hiring of Aaron Glenn. I mean, I knew the stats. If you look at his 4 years as the DC, it was total defense 30th, 32nd, 19th, and 20th. And what are the Jets right now? 20th. It reminds me so much of the Detroit hiring of Matt Patricia. I was like, this dude gave up 251 yards passing, just made Nick Foles look like Jesus out there, and you think that that's the answer? I mean, so the correlation is, well, they came from a successful organization, but yet you still got to look at the stats. And I mean, do I see anything that someone could say, well, no, you're not taking this into consideration? Because, I mean, I saw that team play.
You're a Lions fan,
people
right?
Say, what's that?
You're a Lions fan? You Lansing, Michigan, right?
Actually, no. I mean, I watch the Lions because all my friends are Lions fans, but I like the Niners personally. I mean, I had to make a choice when I was a kid. Thank God I made the right one for most of my life. But I didn't understand the hiring because I wasn't seeing that. Well, what is it? What's he bringing to the table that you didn't already have? You had a bad defense. Now you got a bad defense again. And so when I look at this, the reason I'm bringing this up, you guys, is because I'm wondering, you saw Gerard Mayo get fired after 1 year.
Yep.
Is this a possibility for Aaron Glenn unless
it would have to be
around?
Really bad?
That's what I mean.
It would have to be the word catastrophic would.
But even if they only win 3 games, I can't see them after 1 year.
You don't think, like, if they went 3-14, I don't think they're going to fire them.
Right.
No, I'm talking about this would have to be
1 win,
1-16.
Ooh.
Like that. Yeah. That's the level of catastrophic I think it would have to be. Because again, what we do need to remember is that Dan Campbell was 0-10-1 to start.
Yeah.
So sometimes this kind of thing happens. Now, I can't sit here and tell you
a lot more talent.
Yeah, but I can't tell you how that all went. Like that you knew was a rebuild. This was never supposed to be a rebuild. That's the thing that bothers me the most about it. It was never supposed to be a rebuild.
Never. Yeah.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York app, Yankees, Red Sox beginning. More of your calls on that. More of your calls on the Jets at 800-919-3776. The single biggest key to a Yankee victory in this series is on the way after Bart tells you about this from our friends at Samwell.
Absolutely. Just give me 1 second here. Technology is not
Vamp
technology.
and I will talk until you have the copy ready to go.
Okay, I
tried to stretch it out as best I could.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Nope. Pump fake, just like the Jets win. Let me stop. Jesus Christ.
Geno Smith did a pump fake the other day when he was running downfield like 15 yards past the line of scrimmage.
All right, got it. Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he's dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided treatments that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck and back pain to migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain, and he builds a custom game plan that is right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, Most major insurances are accepted, so don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SamwellPain.com to text, call, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Let's do it. Bart Carlin, 800-919-3776, Charles, Nashville, Tennessee, on the ESPN New York app. Chuck, how goes the battle?
Well, when I called last week, I said I was off this from the start of the offseason. Now, when they signed Justin Fields, I was kind of off on it from the beginning, but I need to understand. I need to know this. Do you think we would have been better off bringing in Brian Flores and Josh McCown than what we have right now?
It's just tough at the beginning of anything to kind of say, hey, we should bring this guy in. At some point, we do have to give a chance. And I understand that, it's about as bad as it can be. But I don't know if you give up on the coach. No, he's a first-year coach, and those things go differently. And Gerard Mayo is the example of the homegrown talent that got the job and his dream job from the organization that he played with and that drafted him. But I just don't know if Woody would do that because it's already a perception. See, the Kraft gets a pass because of the success that they've had. Woody, it'll just look like another, sideshow. You know what I mean? Happening again. It won't be received the same, even if they're getting an outstanding coach like Vrabel. You know what I mean? And I don't know if Flores is that.
Yeah, and the thing about the whole situation with Mayo was it still rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, it was totally crazy because it felt like he was set up. He was set up to kind of get a job for a year as Vrabel kind of took a gap year. I would ask this. I mean, Mike McCarthy will be out there, but this is way too early to be talking about that. But I understand
can't talk about
fans are thinking about the future because right now the present is over.
What you should be thinking about now, in addition to hopefully progressing during the year and starting to see some of the positivity, you should be thinking about watching the college quarterbacks.
Yeah,
that's what you should be thinking about. Are any of these guys going to start to play better to establish themselves in a spot where they could be the guy? Like, we're way too early in it, and I saw something incredibly silly the other day. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana, the guy who transferred from Cal, was already up at the top of the draft. Settle down on it, He might be
Well, that thing's fluid. He's also the favorite to win the Heisman, right?
I believe he is right now.
Because the kid from Oklahoma got hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, Mateer got hurt. He's out for like a month and a half. So, but those are the kind of things that you're going to be looking at. How about Steve in the car? He's up next on ESPN New York. Steve, what's going on? Steve.
Great talk. It's a 2-second delay.
Rick in Ozone Park is next on ESPN New York and on the YouTube page with us. What's up, Rick?
I know yesterday the line in the Giants-Saints game opened the Giants 2.5-point favorite. Today in the Post, they got the Saints 1.5 points. What's with the 3-point swing? They had to know about the neighbor's injury.
Well, it wasn't confirmed that he was out for the year at that point.
So you think that's why the spread went 3 points?
Well, hang on. First of all, Neighbors might be worth 3 points in that matchup. He might be. It's a lot, but he might be. Did they definitively? You said the Giants opened as the favorites in that series. In that
yesterday's Post. Today it's 1.5 point Saints.
It's a little hard for me to believe that the Giants would have opened up as the favorite. I mean, maybe the Saints were 2.5 point favorites, and now it's down to 1.5. Thanks for the call. I would have trouble believing that the Giants would have opened up as favorites on the road over the Saints in that spot.
Yeah, that's a tough environment. That's saying a whole lot. That would be saying a whole lot if they.
We're giving Jackson Dart way too much credit.
I guess 101 yard goes a little bit farther than it used to.
Exactly, and 50
listen,
yards
let's not
rushing.
go crazy. Like we only talked about the positive impacts and positive play, but there are plenty of things that you could point to that he has to do a hell of a lot better, and especially from opponents that may not be delayed. And Tannenbaum said it last week that he picked the Chargers to lose because of all the travel and the letdown of looking forward and looking past.
The Alt thing's a killer for them.
Yeah.
Do we find out how long he's out? I haven't gotten the latest.
I don't think we have. I mean, Mekhi Becton was in concussion protocol. Once McConkey dropped that pass,
several weeks, high ankle sprain.
Oh, high. Oh,
boy, that's a problem.
So see, this is the thing. Everybody goes through their adversity, and let's see who manages it, right? Because the Tampa was better because Tristan Wirth came back, but they managed 2 games without him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, I don't believe in any of what we're seeing right now from Dart yet. I thought it was great to see for day one, and everybody feels good, as they should. Enjoy that for what it is. That is somebody that is at least giving you a reason to watch. Right now, I hate to say it, I am trying to find a reason to watch with the Jets.
Yeah.
What is the reason to watch? Like, defensively, nowhere near what I expected them to be.
It's not even exciting. Like, you can see if the offense was just like you feel, but you can feel sorry for, like, man, the defense got to do so much, but man, they balling their ass out. It's like, nope.
Explain to me for a second what I'm missing with the defense and why this is so bad.
Carlin, I can't explain it.
Yeah, it's that bad. You really can't even just look at it and diagnose it.
I don't know if it's a communication. I know yesterday they were talking about the percentage of how, like, they press man 37% of the time, and they blitz, they've not blitzed. I just know what they're doing isn't working. And maybe it's time for me to sit down and bring up all their games and see schematically what they're doing. I've seen them with all the looks and the fake pressures and just disguising themselves out of where their responsibility is. It's just,
listen,
I don't. It's like you look at it like you don't recognize some of these players, but not everybody plays well in certain schemes.
You're a little bummed out about this, and I can tell.
Because I don't. It's hard to even put your finger on the answer when there's so much stuff wrong, and so many things are going badly. It's hard to be able to figure out who's the culprit.
I want you to get outside today. I want you to touch some grass. I want you to enjoy your afternoon.
Yeah, I need to ground myself and watch the Yankees keep our hopes alive.
Exactly.
We all collectively should be Yankees fans right now.
We need some life.
We need it.
Dear God, help us. 1 win in 8 games so far. You're killing us. You're killing us.
Killing me from the inside out.
Speaking of all the Yankee coverage that you're going to need, that's right. Michael Kay is coming up next, right here on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app and YouTube page.
To help those